Well, hey guys, sorry it's been so long since I put a video out with any type of tips or tricks, but I've put a lot of thought into it, and everything I put on this channel, I want it to be relevant, and I also want it to be different. I don't want it to be something that everybody else has done. And there's plenty of guys doing tutorials. There's plenty of guys that are no slight to any of them. But I want to do something that I have not seen from the lens of a caricature artist or a self-employed person. So today's video is going to be about money. And I've decided to call this one Living on a Roller Coaster Income. Well, first of all, I need to give you guys a little bit of background about me. I grew up what you would consider poverty. I was very poor. So a lot of the things that are in my mindset of how to budget money and things came from my environment that I grew up in. And other things that I've learned as an adult have came from mistakes that I've made. So I used to think that everyone had the same mindset and that everyone believed these things. But, you know, as you get older, you find out that no, they don't. A lot of people don't follow any kind of budget. They don't follow any kind of any rules. So I hope this video is relevant, and I hope it teaches you something. And if it doesn't, you know, with all my videos, maybe it's a good reminder of things we should be doing. Well, first and foremost, a budget. Plenty of books out there. There's plenty of gurus. There's plenty of websites on budgeting. You know, some say you should do, you know, these different percentages and pay off your credit cards, and which you should. But beyond that, let's assume you already have somewhat of a grasp of a budget, okay? But you still, there again, you're self-employed. Your income goes up and down. The number two thing would be, the obvious choice would be to have some type of steady income, whether it be a spouse or your significant other, or if it's you that has a day job. Personally, myself, I did work day jobs early on, but as years have gone on, I've transitioned more into, I do this full time. I do caricatures and illustration full time. That doesn't mean I don't have a bad month. It doesn't mean I don't have struggles. It's gotten a lot easier over the years, but you know, there's still slower months to where, you know, you have to be a little lean. This brings me to number 3. Live within your means. Now, you know, if you only make, you know, let's say your average monthly income's $1,200 a month. That's a good number, which is, I think that's a good average. $1,200 to $1,500 a month, and you already spend out, you know, $800-900 a month in rent and car payment and lights and bills and everything. You're not going to go splurge on every little thing that comes, you know, the new PlayStation or iPhone or whatever. You're going to live within your means, and a lot of people don't understand what live within your means means. What live within your means is don't spend more than you can make. And honestly, this is one of those things that, you know, the people who are selling you the stuff, they want you to buy it, but you have to discipline yourself to live within your means. And I think this is a very, very big one, at least it has been for me, is don't make emotional purchases. Early on, you know, 19, 20 years old, I was in Myrtle Beach or wherever. I was making, you know, I'd go out to the park, or I'd go do a festival, you know, and you go to these festivals and, you know, you walk out with wads of cash. Your mind will start telling you, oh, you know, hey, Eric, you can go buy that new video game system. You can go buy that new camera. You can go buy that new whatever. Insert whatever your toy of choice is. You'll start convincing yourself that you need to go buy it. You need to go get it now while you've got the money. That's the big thing, is why you've got the money. Spend all your money, and the next thing you know, you're broke again. And 3 to 6 months later, you know, the washing machine blows up, the car blows a tire out, you need brakes, whatever, and where's all that money? It's all gone. You've spent it on things, and then you're selling things. I'm sure you've been there. I know I have. So what I do now, as opposed to then, is money doesn't make me excited. I mean, obviously I'm always happy to get paid. I'm always glad when I have money, but I don't run on emotion when I make purchases. I research and I budget for what purchases I'm going to make, and I have a budget set aside for emergencies. The next thing would be know when to cut back. Honestly, I mean, obviously, if you're used to, eating good, or, that daily cup of coffee or whatever, and you've got a slow month, and when you have a slow month, you can look at your calendar, you can look what's coming up, and you say, hey, you know what, next month looks looking pretty lean. Go ahead and start cutting back ahead of time. Don't wait till, the rent's due, the power bill's due, and everything's due, and you have no money because, you had $5,000 2 weeks ago. So you really have to, know when to cut back. And there again, you have to be proactive with it. You have to stay ahead of the curve as much as you can. The next thing I would say is everything matters. It's so easy to get this mindset of it's only $5, it's only $2 here, I'll buy a scratch off, or I'll, cup of coffee, whatever. Everything matters. Every little nickel and every little dime adds up. Sometimes it can be the difference between eating for a week and not eating for a week. So watch your money. I'm not saying you have to be, oh my God, be scared to spend every dime, but there again, it all comes back to the budget. If you keep some type of, even if it's just writing down, hey, I want to spend $500 a month on this, blah, blah, blah. Some type of budget will help you in these things. The next thing I'd like to say is don't be afraid to be a little bit behind on technology. I'll give the example of me. When it comes to the cell phones, I stay about a generation behind. Obviously, the new iPhone 7 just came out, and I had an iPhone 5S. I went ahead and upgraded to the 6S Plus, which I absolutely love. It was a great purchase. I didn't get the most expensive one. I didn't get the most memory. I think I got 32 gigabyte. Added about $20 a month to my cell phone bill for the next 30 months. 3 months ago, I stopped by there and I talked to them before the new phone came out, and that same phone would have added another, I think, $42 a month because they've dropped the price on it. So if you stay a little bit behind on technology, you don't have to have the latest and greatest. To me, it's still just as nice as if, I'd have bought it the day it came out. And, it's saving me about $15 a month on my phone bill as opposed to, getting the latest and greatest. Well, guys, that's all I've really got for today. I hope some of these things will help you like they've helped me over the years. It's not just something you wake up one day and start doing. It's a process. It takes time. Like I said at the onset of this, there's lots of really good books out there, websites and things that'll help you. Not really any that I would recommend over the other. They all have their merits. But there again, at the basics of all of it is have some type of budget, live within your means. And one thing I would like to add in closing, and there again, I know this is really hard. This is even something that I've struggled with, is to have a savings account, because it seems like every time you get it built up a little bit, something bad happens. But there again, if you're putting that money in a savings account as opposed to going out and going crazy buying some new toy every time, at least you've got a fighting chance. So thanks again for watching, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Shoot me an email, make me a comment, tell me what kind of videos you'd like to see, and I'll see you guys next time.